Welcome, Panther fans, to another edition of Panther Preview. Coach, Wayne County victory, what do you got to say about it?
Great program. Coach Hankins did a really good job getting his team prepared. We knew what we were going into. Very athletic, very strong, very disciplined team. They came out, they did a couple of things really well. They ran the ball well. Hankins, their quarterback, delivered a good football, and we had to be able to be patient defensively, and I thought we went out and we executed our game plan for 4 quarters. We really forced them to drive the entire field each time they scored. We gave up a couple of explosive plays, but for the most part, we held those in check, and we forced them to run or to really drive the field, and that's something that we've talked about all off season. Is defensively, we don't have to be anything special. We just have to maintain our composure and make them drive the field. And defense did a really good job of making that happen on Friday night. We came up with 2 big turnovers. We had the interception at the end of the game, and then our first score came off of a turnover in I think the first quarter. We were able to get a turnover, and that really helped us quite a bit. We you can't say enough about the way we ran to the football, the way that we were just played team defense all night long, and at the end of the day, the offense was able to gel. They were able to find some things that worked for them. Offensive line did a tremendous job of opening up holes, and led by Jeremy Flora and as well as Zach Kammer. You also had TK up front. He did a really good job, along with Tristan Fortenberry, and then the fainting goat, Quentin Johnson, did a really good job as well. So you had one of our young cats we asked to move to guard and play some guard for us. Destin Franklin came in and played some meaningful snaps at guard and was ready to go. He also played on the defensive side. So from a offensive line standpoint, did a really good job. Giving the ball to Isaiah Ben 21 times. He had 172 yards and a touchdown. That was really, a tremendous game for him. He was able to get his stride and take advantage of his opportunities. And then, Keelan Parnell, touched the ball 9 times. He had 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, Silas, the quarterback, was able to deliver some good footballs to him, and he was able to catch them in some space and make some things happen. Throw on top of that, Jacoby and May made some great plays for us out there, along with Jaden Well. Probably made the play that sparked us more than any other. There when he caught the ball over the shoulder, was able to get about 10 yards and a first down. That really helped. And then Amari Jackson, freshman, comes in, touches the ball, I think 9 or 10 times, 11 times, and was able to get about 48 yards. So he was able to spell Isaiah and do some really good things back there for us. So, Corian Evans did some really good things for us out there. So, no complaints. We really, after taking the butt whooping that Gaucher put on us, it was a difficult 2 weeks. You didn't even want to talk to me last week, but it was all right. It motivated. That was fire in the hole, and our guys responded to what we did. They responded to and we didn't come out and just yell and scream and holler and tell them what they did wrong. We just tried to motivate them to see what they could do right, because it wasn't self-inflicted wounds, and the score is not indicative of the game we played against Gaucher. So our guys understood that. We took the plays and we showed them about 8 to 10 plays defensively and offensively, where if all 11 guys executed their job, it's a different ball game. And that was the big point of emphasis for us, was to clean us up, be better up front, be better executing on the back end offensively. Defensively, trust the game plan, do your job every snap, rally to the ball, and make people drive the field. When we made people drive the field, good things happened for us. And so that was what we learned. And those 2 weeks were really, really important for us because it let us find who we were. And, we didn't change a whole lot practice-wise. We tried to practice fast and furious, and that's what we continue to do.
Well, I tell you, I was kind of worried going into this game, but we had a lot of backup players taking that leading role. Coach, they stepped in and hardly knew they were gone.
I won't go that far. I missed them. I for sure missed them. But
I don't mean we
our
didn't
young
miss
guys
them.
really
They
came
stepped
in.
up.
They did. I was really impressed. Calvin Miller did an excellent job at DB. Chris Campbell stepped up as a leader at defensive back.
He had his hands
full.
12 was.
sophomore, number 12.
Yeah,
he's
sophomore.
a sophomore.
And Campbell's a sophomore.
Campbell's a sophomore as well. But I think he found himself Friday night. He realized that he is that kind of defensive back, that he can do that for 4 straight quarters, and we have confidence in him, and then looking at our safeties, Jason Payne, and it was nice to have Tylen Wilson back. Those 2 guys are gaining more and more experience. Linebacking core, we were down one of our starters and Jalen Parnell, but if you look out there, Ian stepped up, Tank stepped up, Ely stepped up. Those 3 guys really did a good job for us, and were able to get some things done well. Outside linebackers have been stalwarts. They've been steady. When you have a guy like Nick Davis and you have a guy like Jalen Creer, they're just consistent. They're consistent out there, and they do what we're asking them to do every single snap. And then up front, Josh Battles, Defensive Player of the Week.
Man, a beast.
11 tackles on Friday night. None more important than the tackle for a loss he got on the 3rd down play right there at the end of the game. But just a tremendous game, showing tremendous effort, doing such a good job for us up front. Isaiah Marshall, such a pleasant surprise seeing him execute like he did. Dustin Franklin, again, helping us out up front. And also you have Jaden Kennard doing a really great job for us as well. Then you rotate in for Ron Taylor, and you rotate in Aaron Griffin. Those guys have really done a really good job for us. So just very excited about the work that those guys did to get ready to play in Wayne County. And like we told our guys, every team we play is going to be that skilled, they're going to be that big, they're going to be that strong or stronger or faster, but we have to practice each and every week just like we did last week, and just continue to improve, continue to hone our craft and be who we are. And if we do that, then we have a chance to take on and be competitive in a region that there is no off week from here on out. You follow Harrison Central with Gulfport with D'Iberville with OS, follow them up with Biloxi with St. Martin with Hancock. There is not a break on our schedule. All 7 of those teams can beat you on any given night and would gladly wear you out and hang 50 on you.
Well, 21-14 victory over Wayne County, that puts them in our rearview mirror. Harrison Central next week, right here, War Memorial Stadium.
Oh yeah, on the Dutch.
And another quarterback that we've been seeing for the last 3 years.
Yes, quarterback's a really good football player. They have really good running back, really good receivers. Their offensive line does a good job up front of creating seams for them. They do a lot of interesting things up front, especially offensively, that give us trouble. So we've got our hands full defensively of containing their offense. Defensively, they've been one of the best defenses on the coast the last several years. They fly to the football, they line up, they know what they do, they run well, they cover well. So offensively, we got to make sure we get a hat on a hat, we get it to our playmakers, and hopefully they'll be able to create some space and do some things. But they've got a new head coach this year, but he's been there for several years. So it's just a matter of going out and executing, preventing mistakes. I thought special teams wise, we did a really good job the other night of minimizing our mistakes. This week's going to be even bigger. I mean, every week, special teams, Mason Kramer keeps getting better and better with his punts. Our coverage units keep getting better. We just got to make sure that we maintain our lane integrity on our kickoffs and punts, and make sure that we field the ball cleanly and or get behind our blocking on our returns.
Well, I got to watch some of the film, and that defensive line comes off the ball hard.
They do.
Those 2 middle linebackers, a lot of times your middle linebackers don't have a bunch of speed. Them guys are quick.
They are.
As you said, they're going to fly to the ball. I look for us to have our hands full Friday night, but we can play with these guys.
Absolutely. You can get your tickets just like always. Miss Weber has them. $6 cash or at the gate, $7 on GoFan. It's going to be again on CPM Sports Live with none other than Harold Tillman bringing it to you. My parents love it. My dad watches you every Friday night. He says he sees it better than he does in person. Now at 82, it's a little bit good.
You can see, and this is always funny, you standing up there to make out those numbers is difficult, but when you watch the broadcast, you can see them numbers perfectly.
Absolutely, does a really good job. So we got our tickets. It is, I believe it's our band's senior night Friday night. I think they're going to be able to come out. They're going to recognize the band and choir pregame, so get here about 6:30. They're going to do that. Kickoffs at 7:30 again. We're going to have national anthem, I think, at 7:30 or 7:32. Captains out at 7:22, 7:25 captains, 7:30 kickoff. So should have really good weather.
Will the 7:30 kickoff change later in the season? And
It will.
When?
October. When we played D'Iberville, at home. That'll be our first 7 o'clock game.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if there's anything. Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Matthew.
Yep, Matthew
I'll let
Steinmetz.
Sort of talk a little bit about it. There's a benefit lunch that or I guess it's a
Chick-fil-A fundraiser.
Chick-fil-A fundraiser. I'll let you talk a little bit about it if you
will. Matthew's a 10th grade outside linebacker for us. He was in an accident on Saturday evening. His uncle was unfortunately killed in the accident. Matthew survived. He is in need of your prayer. He's in need of comfort. The family's in need of prayer and comfort. He's at South Alabama over there in their ICU. Just a tragic accident, but right now he didn't have any surgeries planned for today. They're giving his body an opportunity to recover a little bit, but he's in for a long road to recovery, and I know that his family covets your prayers and your thoughts, and if you would just keep him in your mind.
$8 for the little fundraiser lunch. It comes with a Chick-fil-A sandwich, a bag of chips, and a water, and we just spread the word. Matter of fact, I've talked to Frank, and he's going to put the contact information to place orders on this broadcast, so it'll probably be on the post. So I guess that's going to do it here for us. We're going to see you Friday night